Dealerships have secrets that they don't want you or me to know. Secrets that could save you thousands of dollars on your next car. Stick around because today I'm going to pull back the curtain on 3 of the biggest things dealers hope that you never figure out. I'm Brad, a car buying expert that has helped over 1,000 people get into their ideal car. And trust me, I've seen it all in the automotive industry. From hidden fees to inflated financing rates, dealerships have strategies to boost their profits and their bottom line and drain your wallet. But not anymore. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to beat them at their own game. Whether you're shopping for a new car, trading in an old one, or walking into the finance office, the tips I'm about to share with you will empower you to take control of the process. Ready to save money and avoid costly mistakes? Well, let's dive into the 3 things that dealers don't want you to know. Like, subscribe, and first up, the true cost of the car. The out-the-door price. One of the most common mistakes that I see car buyers make is focusing on the sticker price instead of the actual cost of the car. The out-the-door price is the magic number. Focus on that. It's the total amount that you're going to pay to own the vehicle, including taxes, fees, and any extras the dealers tax on. So, why does that matter? Well, focusing solely on the sticker price is like buying a burger without considering the fries and the drink. They're gonna be added and you need to know the full cost up front. Dealers sometimes use low sticker prices to lure in customers, only to pile on fees later. So, how do you get the out-the-door price? Well, you ask for clarity. Request a written breakdown of all the costs. Especially do this via email before you even go into the dealership. Now, if the dealer isn't being transparent, that is a red flag. Also, you gotta challenge the extras. Many dealerships add charges for things like paint protection, VIN etching, or nitrogen-filled tires. These are often optional and you can ask to have them removed. In fact, I would suggest you do that every single time. And you're gonna wanna compare and contrast. Use online tools like TrueCar or Edmunds to compare the out-the-door price at different dealerships. It's kind of like dating, you know? You like them all, but which one is the one that you're gonna marry? This gives you the leverage to negotiate. So, here's an example that didn't happen that long ago. I was actually working with a buyer who was thrilled about this $25,000 RAV4. After taxes, fees, and unnecessary add-ons, the final price was over $30,000 though. They came to me, and when we dug into the charges, we removed $1,500 worth of unnecessary extras, saving them a huge chunk of money, which they essentially paid for more than their first year of insurance and gas. So, lesson learned, always ask, what's the total pay to drive this car home today? And that's really the only number that matters. Okay, the second thing is maximizing your trade-in value. Now, this is really tricky because a lot of people want to tell the dealership right off the bat that they have a trade-in, because that's what the salesperson is going to ask you. Do you have a trade-in? The answer is, I don't know. You see, trading in your current vehicle can significantly lower the cost of your new car, or your new-to-you car if you're buying used, but only if you handle it wisely. This is the key. Many buyers leave money on the table every single day because they don't know the true value of their trade-in. So you gotta understand the trade-in value before you go to the dealership. The key term here is the actual cash value. This is the amount the dealer is willing to pay for your car if you were to sell it to them outright without purchasing a new vehicle. No incentives. So here are a couple of steps to maximize your trade-in easily. First, you need to do your homework. Use resources like Kelley Blue Book or Carvana to get an estimate of your car's value. What I personally like to do is call other dealerships and say, hey, I have this car that I'd like to sell to you. Here's the VIN, it's in great condition. What will you give me for it? You can either call or email, but reach out to a couple of different dealerships in the area that you're going to buy your next car and see what they'll give you. That will give you a realistic idea of what it's actually worth. Also, go on something like Auto Tempest, which I love, and you can use by clicking the first link in the description below, but essentially you can get a realistic idea for what your car's worth by using that. And when you're getting multiple offers on your vehicle, make sure you get it in writing so you can take it to the dealership that you're buying your new-to-you car, and you can show it to them and say, hey, can you beat this? Otherwise, I'm not gonna give you this trade-in. You see, automakers love trade-ins because they can make money on you twice. Once, selling you your new car, and 2, they get to refurbish this trade-in and then sell it again for a profit. So what you want to do is you want to present your car as well as possible. Clean it, get it detailed, make sure it's well maintained to give the impression of having higher value. And if there's anything like small dents or scratches or tires that are totally bald, well, replace them especially tires, replace them with used tires, but not completely bald tires. Also, give it a real good scrub. I mean, a really good scrub, because the cleaner it is, the more money you're gonna get. Case in point, I recently had a client who planned to trade in their car without any preparation. This thing was filthy. They had 2 kids, and the dealership offered them $12,000. But after spending just $200 detailing and having a minor dent pulled, we were able to get $17,500 from a different dealer. I mean, that's an easy $5,500 come up just by doing a couple $100 worth of maintenance. So spend a little money to make it as good as it possibly can be, and you will make tenfold that from a dealership. And third, you want to be a master of the finance process. Remember, when you're going into a dealer, you're dealing with a professional, someone that does this every single day. You do it like once every 10 years. The salesperson isn't really there to make that much money on the car usually. In fact, a lot of times dealerships will sell new cars at a loss because where they make all their money is the finance and insurance, or F&I. I studied finance in college. I love finance. It gets me going. So what you want to do is be schooled in finance before you go in to deal with the F&I guy or guys or gals, because the finance and insurance office is where dealers often make their biggest profits and where buyers can lose the most money if they're not prepared. So let's be prepared. The key here is understanding how financing actually works and avoid the common traps they want you to fall into. And the first thing is you always want to know your loan terms. Okay, so APR, annual percentage rate. This is the interest rate on your loan. Dealers often mark up these interest rates when they receive them from the bank to make a profit. For example, if the bank offers a 4.5% rate, the dealer might quote you at 6.5% or 200 basis points more. Why? Because, well, they make that 2%, you know? It's easy money. So the easy way to negate that is actually ask the F&I office, what is the buy and sell rate? You always got to ask, what's the buy rate on this loan? This is the interest rate the bank gives the dealer. If the dealer's rate is higher, negotiate it down or secure financing elsewhere. Personally, I like to always get pre-approved so I can not only buy the car today when I go to look at it, because salesmen love that, but also I know what I qualify for. Now, the thing that you want to do is go to a local credit union, not like a big bank like Bank of America, but something like an actual credit union, because they usually give you the best rates. And now you know if you're qualified for a 60-month loan at 6%, they come back at a 60-month loan at 8%. Well, you'll just use yours or have them match it, beat it if they can, because loan term really does matter. Now, realistically, you want to stick to a 60-month loan term or less, because longer terms may lower your monthly payment, but are going to cost you significantly more in interest over time and make it harder to build equity. And you always want to evaluate add-ons. It's not only finance, but it's F&I, the insurance part. So dealerships often are going to push add-ons like extended warranties or tire protection plans or glass protection or you name it. While some of these products can be useful, you have to do your research. Go on Reddit and see, is the glass warranty from the dealership worth it? Because a lot of times it's not. And yet you always have to ask the dealership the price, because dealers bundle add-ons into your monthly payment without disclosing the individual costs. Always ask for the breakdown, line item by line item by line item. And then you want to determine the value. And again, I would say that you want to be prepared for this when you go into the dealership. So make sure you do your research online and decide which warranties, if any, you're going to actually purchase. Now, I bought a few new cars for myself as well as clients. And I got to tell you, most of the time, if always, I say no to all of them. So I was actually at a party last weekend, and a really good buddy of mine that I would have thought they would have asked for my help didn't, and they went into a dealership without a pre-approved loan and ended up with a 72-month term at a sky-high 9% interest rate. I literally started shaking, and I was like, John, we have to refinance that today. And guess what? We went to a local credit union, we refinanced it, they saved over $4,000 in interest. So don't let the convenience of dealership financing cost you thousands. You gotta always compare rates. And guys, I know car buying can be overwhelming, but with the right preparation, you can take control and avoid common pitfalls. Remember, focus on the out-the-door price, maximize your trade-in by a little bit of shine, you know what I'm saying? And approach financing with confidence. If you found these tips helpful, let me know in the comments below and share your other tips there below too, because I want to see them. Also, if you enjoyed this vid, well, you're going to love this vid or watch whatever YouTube recommends you watch next. I'm Brad, this is Ideal. We'll see you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.